world tour without BTS? Jungkook and Jimin secretly prepared this surprise amid various speculations surrounding BTS's comeback as a full-fledged post-military group. Shocking news emerged that immediately shook the ARMY around the world. It's not a BTS album. It's not about variety shows or international collaborations. But a silent world tour is being prepared by two beloved Magne fans, Jungkook and Jimin. And without BTS's name, a reliable source from the South Korean music industry leaked that the two BTS members had held a number of closed-door meetings with several international concert promoters outside of HYBE's official agenda. In fact, reportedly, major locations such as Tokyo Dome, Staples Center, to Paris La Défense Arena have been included in the list of potential they are exploring. The most surprising? They did not use the BTS name for this tour. Some industry analysts call this move most likely a unit project, or an independent duo project that wants to provide space for Jimin and Jungkook to express themselves as artists, not just as BTS members. This does not mean that they leave the group, but like opening its own creative path that has been hidden. Jimin is known to be heavily involved in visual artistic production and choreography, while Jungkook is said to take a major role in live music production and soundtracks. That is, this is not an ordinary tour. It is a tour built from their own hands, and Hearts Point, one of the insiders, revealed that the tour will not only showcase their vocal and stage skills, but it also presents an emotional story composed by the two themselves. Each country will likely have a specific theme that reflects their personal experience, including about difficult times, struggle in the military, loss to friendship, and the most interesting, some concert segments will reportedly not be broadcast or professionally recorded. Only those who come directly to the venue can experience those moments. "We wanted to bring something that YouTube couldn't replicate," said one of the production staff. The ARMY's biggest question: does HYBE know about this? The answer: yes and no. According to a leak from one of HYBE's insiders who declined to be named, the project was originally part of the label's internal discussions, but later evolved into Jimin and Jungkook's personal project. HYBE had reservations, mainly because of their decision not to carry the BTS name. However, seeing that both were very serious and mature in putting everything together, the label ended up giving the yellow light. Not really support, but also not prohibit. So far, there has been no official announcement. However, the ARMY began to sniff something since the appearance of a series of mysterious codes in the Weverse, and Jimin's personal Instagram story featuring snippets of lyrics and empty stage footage, followed by Jungkook, who suddenly uploaded a photo of a wireless microphone with the caption "road calling." No pre-sale system has been announced yet, but some big fan base in the US, Japan, and Europe is already beginning to gather information and prepare if an impromptu announcement appears. Many believed that the announcement of the tour would be done in a guerrilla fashion, as was the case with the release of their song that once appeared suddenly in the middle of the night without major promotion. Some ARMY even suggested that prepare passports and savings from now on, because their feeling says that a big surprise is approaching and it will happen sooner than expected. Dates not announced. The city is not officially mentioned. But as the sun began to set in one corner of the world, a stadium filled with an unusual roar. There was no big banner reading BTS, no HYBE logo, not even the concert name prominently displayed. Just a little text on a black screen, for the ones who stayed. And when the lights went out completely, two shadows appeared in the center of the stage. One wore a leather jacket with a black necklace around his neck. The other was wearing a loose white t-shirt, with his hair half covered by a gray hoodie. There were no loud cheers when they appeared, just silence. Silence, then tears. Jungkook and Jimin were standing there, just a few steps away from the thousands of fans who came without knowing what they were going to see. There is no MC. There is no countdown, no introduction. The first music begins with the sound of a heartbeat. The first song? Not Seven, not Like Crazy, but a new song unreleased. The title is not yet known, but the opening lyrics hit straight to the chest. I waited in silence, you sang through the pain. Two roads divided, but we still wear the same name. Jimin's voice broke in the chorus, and Jungkook's hand that was originally holding the mic finally grabbed Jimin's hand as they sang as they walked to the end of the catwalk. Fans were crying. Many of them clasped their chests, trying to hold their breath because they knew this is not an ordinary stage. This is the confession stage. This song will not be released. After the first song, Jungkook opened his voice. In a deep but honest voice, he said, "We wrote this while in a military camp. There is no intention to release, but we want to sing it tonight. Maybe just tonight." Jimin added, looking at Jungkook, "This is the gift we promised. For you and for each other." That night, the stage turned into an open diary. They sang songs full of personal meaning, including one song that made all the audience silent, untitled 0701, a piano ballad sung only by Jimin, while Jungkook sits on the side of the stage, staring at the big screen that played a video of the memories of the two of them in the old dormitory, includes a clip of them falling asleep on the practice couch, a 2015 selfie video. Even snippets from BTS's behind-the-scenes run as Jimin wipes Jungkook's sweat silently. The audience did not just watch the concert. They witnessed a friendship, love, and sadness that never had a place to be indulged before. Thank you for not giving up on us. At the end of the night, Jim stood alone. Jungkook was seen holding back tears in the back, turning his back on the audience. A lot of people don't know what happened in the last 2 years. But you never left. You don't need an explanation to stay here. And for that, thank you. Jimin turned around. Look at Jungkook. And for you, John Jungkook. Thank you for not leaving me, even when I don't feel like I deserve to be remembered. The audience's voice broke. Jungkook approached Jimin, hugging him in silence. No choreography, no setting. Only two men decided to be honest finally. Weverse is full of speculation. Yet HYBE remained silent. No confirmation. There is no clarification. Perhaps because this is not to be confirmed, this is to be felt. Jimin and Jungkook never said it was a world tour. But fans know, this is the beginning of something they've never experienced before, and like the last words on the stage screen that night, if this is the only time you hear us, we hope it's enough. No announcements. There's no sign. But the army seems to be driven by instinct. In a coastal city, they didn't mention maybe San Francisco, maybe Seattle, or maybe it's just a small town on America's northwest border. The fans are back together. They only followed a vague lead that emerged from a visual snippet that Jungkook uploaded the night before. The silhouette of a boat, the luminescence of a lighthouse, and a small inscription, "Don't be late." And again, the two figures appeared on a stage built modestly on a pier. This time, the stage is smaller. They are closer to the audience, even very close. There is no strict security line. There was no barrier between them and the dozens of people sitting cross-legged in front of the stage, like attending a poetry performance. Today is not about us. Jungkook started the night with a surprising confession. If you heard our story yesterday, tonight, we want to sing your story. Jimin chimed in, holding the paper. We read hundreds of letters you sent secretly in DM notes, even a small inscription tucked in the gift. We put it all together in one song. The song is called Letters We Never Sent, and each verse sounds like a line once written by an army of broken, disoriented soldiers who survived because of one thing, their voices. You don't know me, but you held me. In your songs, I found the name I lost. And when I said goodbye to myself, you said stay without knowing. The audience couldn't hold back the tears. Even some of the staff, who are usually professionals, seemed to wipe away tears when the song was finished. Jimin briefly knelt in the middle of the song, closing his eyes as if holding back two big emotions that were piled up in the words of fans entrusted to him. This world tour isn't just about the music, the stage, and the fans. This is a form of emotional freedom, self-affirmation, and a bond that has long been unseen but always felt between two people who were once little brothers in the middle of a world that demanded they become big too soon. And if this news is true, if it is true Jimin and Jungkook will step together, just the two of them, facing thousands of pairs of eyes on overseas stages, then this is not just a tour. This is the story, and you, ARMY, are part of that story.